Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm sitting down with an agent who built a thriving business in a brand new state without knowing anyone while raising a family and leaning heavily into modern marketing and relationships. If relocation, social media, and starting from scratch is part of your story, you're going to love this conversation. My guest today is Natalie Wells. She's licensed in Texas and Washington and has been in real estate since 2008, originally on the investing and commercial side before getting licensed and building a residential business in Texas about 3 years ago. Natalie moved from the West Coast to Texas without an existing network, leaned into online marketing, agent referrals, and our wonderful Wolfpack community. And now she has helped more than 45 families relocate successfully. She's also the mom of 3, brings a background in styling and design, and has carved out a powerful niche working with relocation clients. Natalie, I'm so excited to have you. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for that intro. I feel like we just hang out every day. It makes me feel special.
Well, you're amazing. You do so well with what you've built, and I meant every word of it. So I'm just grateful to have you here to talk about your success story.
And I'm super grateful to be here because I think this is phenomenal. The stories you're sharing and what we have at the Wolfpack and crushing
it's untouchable. Yeah, I love these interviews because I think everybody kind of touches on like our community, which we will get into, which is unmatched. You can't find it anywhere else, that's for sure. Yeah. Technically, you started real estate back in 2008 on the investing side, but what made you decide to pivot into getting licensed and building a traditional real estate business?
So I've I'll share a little. I'll try to keep my story is long, but I'll
fine. Share it all, girl. Share it all.
Because it will give good perspective on where I am now to where I was. Yeah. So I got licensed right out of college. That was literally like 2008, right before the market completely went like this.
Thanks.
So crazy time. I didn't know at the time the market was going to do what it did. But anyways, got my license, started out working for a developer, learned a lot there, worked for like an investment company. I worked for him, then went and worked for an investment company that would buy foreclosures at the auctions, and I would go with them, and then I would list the property, help with the flip and design the flip, and then we'd sell it. Well, learned a ton through that, and then the market just completely went like this. and pretty much that developer went under, that company wasn't able to continue, and it just got really crazy. So I was like, I'm just gonna go to residential. I went to a traditional brokerage. This is where you literally come into the office and you cold call expireds and you door knock. And this was like a long time ago, but I had the experience of going very traditional, and it was a good experience. I learned a lot. But did that for a while. I sold some homes, but it wasn't getting a lot of traction. It was tough, and the market just kept getting worse. So I'll fast forward a little bit. Got married, had kids, kind of tinkered in between real estate, always kept my license, had the 2 kids, then decided I want to get back into the industry. I had a friend who was a big apartment syndicator in Seattle. And so went out, started working for him, learning that side of the investing, commercial, buying investment or big apartment buildings, renovating them, raising the money, and then, listing them, selling them, and hopefully profiting. So that's a whole different world. Did that, learned a ton. That was an amazing experience. So we'll fast forward again. So we end up deciding we're going to move to Texas. That was all in Seattle. And I was completely against moving to Texas. All our family's in Seattle. I was like, there's no way. Why are we doing
hard,
this?
Yeah.
Very hard. We had, our whole network. Not only that, but even for real estate, I had a good network of people there. Anyways, we decided to move to Texas. And in this time, my good friend, Suman Kim, you've had him on the podcast. Go Suman. We love Suman. He was also thinking about moving to Texas. So we moved to Dallas. Suman ends up stopping in Dallas. I talked to him. He's like, I'm thinking about moving to Austin, Anyways, Suman gets to Austin and decides he ends up getting his license, and he's like, Nat, you should think about getting your license. I'm like, I don't know anyone here. I literally know no one here. I have 2 kids. I have no help. My family's not here. I don't know how it's even possible to start a business. And I'm like, I can't go the traditional route that I already did before, where you go to the office every day, you call expireds for 8 hours or whatever, you go door knock. I'm like, that's not going to work for my mom life.
Right.
And I can't tap into my sphere of influence because they're all in Seattle. I literally know no one in Texas.
Yeah.
So kind of crazy. So anyways, Suman was very encouraging. He's like, well, hey, I met this. I think at that point he had just gotten licensed, was figuring out where he was going to go. He's like, I met this guy, Mike Sherrard. He's like, this guy is phenomenal and brings an entire different approach and perspective to the real estate industry, and specifically in marketing and how you can grow a business online, modern marketing that is not, 20 years ago of the normal cold calling, all those things. So I was like, okay. So anyways, I end up getting licensed, and I can't even remember anyways, okay. So I can't even remember. I think I did a call with Mike and Suman. I think it's been a few years now, but anyways, ended up joining the Wolfpack. We'll fast forward again. So then, right after I had 2 kids at that point, I kind of barely dove into all of the training and everything that comes with the Wolfpack.
Yeah.
And I'll dive a little bit more into that in a second. But I'm sorry, this is such a long story. We're almost
No, you're fine. No, don't stop. I love it.
Anyways, so after I get licensed, I join the Wolfpack. I'm excited. Suman and Mike are amazing. They're bringing some phenomenal training. I just barely start touching into it. I get pregnant with my 3rd, surprisingly, have a very, we'll say, challenging pregnancy that was really, really bad. And I couldn't do, it was bad. I was just trying to survive. So, well, fast forward, I had my daughter, got through the pregnancy, survived.
Oh.
And then, and in that time, I still sold a few homes just by kind of tapping into the training. Okay. But anyways, had my daughter, back to life, getting back to normal. And I'm like, okay, I am ready. I'm healthy now. My daughter's a few months old. I am ready to dive into this. And this whole time I had multiple calls with Suman, just very encouraging and saying, keep doing, dive more into social media, really dive into the training. And so at that point, that's when I really just went all in what the Wolfpack offers and what Mike offers, what Connor offers in our training. And that is the modern marketing. That is social media, that is YouTube, that is Facebook ads, that is Instagram ads, that is SEO. Everything that we have once I really realized the power of the training, and I had never seen anything like that and just really dove into it, my mind was blown because the results started coming. Yeah. And so probably I'll say the last 2 years since diving in and being consistent and tapping into our Wolfpack network also, all of that just really allowed me to transform my business. And honestly, sometimes I'm and I'm sure you feel this way too, Meg, sometimes I'm I don't even know how this is happening. I'm just doing what the training and what our network is sharing with us to do. And when it works, you're I don't even know how this is working. But it's
right. Because I agree. So your story and my story are very similar. Very similar.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I didn't get in until 2017, but it was the same thing. When I did join eXp and the Wolfpack, I didn't do everything right away. Yeah. I think I was in for a year before I realized everything that we had. And and this last year, I've always implemented a lot of our training, but this last year I've really implemented the social aspect of it.
You went all in. I could see you going all in.
Yeah, and it's so crazy because the same. I'm somebody just called me from my YouTube. Oh my gosh, somebody just messaged me on Instagram. This really is working. And I don't have thousands of followers. No. I don't have thousands of views, but it's it's intentional, and it's so much better. And I do come from an old school way of real estate also. I still cold call. Yeah, I still cold call. And open houses, sphere of influence, all of that stuff.
Yep. And those things all work too. Not to say they don't work.
Right. But when you can, so I have kind of a hybrid model, like I
Yeah.
implement both still,
Yep.
but I will get to a point where I won't have to do
Do that.
the old school
Yeah.
ways anymore. So I love that you shared that because I think it's really important. And like your story is very much like other moms. Like it's hard when you're a
Yeah.
mom
It
and
is.
you go back and forth on, do I want to be working at home? Because
Yep.
a work from home mom is also difficult.
It's very
But
difficult.
I think you and I have talked before about how it's nice because even though it's difficult, like we can at least alter our schedules to what works
Yes.
for our family, you know, and we get to control
150%.
it versus somebody else controlling our hours. Because even when you're on a team, you have to almost work it like a job. You have to do
Yeah.
whatever they want you to do. So
Yep.
I love that you shared that. That's like it's so important that people realize they're not alone in this. And
Yeah. It is possible. Like we're showing that it's possible, that you
very
can
much
be a mom and you can make it work for your life and you can still have success.
success, like
And
that's the big thing. Like
yeah,
it's not just like little bits and pieces. Like
yeah,
we have actual businesses that we run, and
right.
they're strong. They're strong
Yes,
businesses.
exactly. It's such a very cool thing because I think a lot of real estate agents do it and a lot of newer agents, you can easily like compare yourself to everybody else or just get on social media and see all these things that can be intimidating and
Mhm.
then it can make you think that you can't do it at all.
Right.
So, but again, like tapping into our training and what Mike and Suman and Connor like share and the people they bring on our calls, all of that, it helps with your confidence. It makes
Oh,
you, and
100%.
seeing people's success, like making those connections in our like Wolfpack network. And like,
Right.
like I see you on there doing your YouTube, doing your Instagram posts. And I'm like, yes, like now I got to go do like, it's
It's
very
like
motivating
inspired.
and
Yeah.
inspiring. Yes.
Yeah. I feel the same way. And what I do love too is like, it doesn't matter where you are in your business. We have other people that are kind of in that same like
Yes.
level. And so you have so many people you can connect with, whether you're new or you're trying to scale or you want to start a team or attraction or download, whatever you want to do.
Yes.
Like there are multiple people doing the same thing. And so you
Yeah.
always have that support. I'm going to pause for just a second because
Okay.
it's being late.
Okay. That dang light.
I know. I'm like, I want the light, but let
I
me
know. I
just
wish
write
I
that
had.
time down.
Well, for
Okay,
mine, your light looks great.
thanks. It's just like because it's cloudy, so I opened my
Yeah.
curtains and then the sun's just coming right in. It's giving me zero. Okay.
I'm sorry. Let me hold on. Let me just try to turn off
Yeah, you're fine.
that. Okay. I think I turned it off, but we'll see. I don't know
No
why
worries.
it's not.
We'll
Okay.
just put this whole little part out. Nope, it's still
Okay.
on. Is that a Zoom thing?
Turn on restrictions. How does it look now?
Fine, but back up because it's when you move.
Hold on.
Now it's zooming in again.
I don't know why. Okay, recording.
Go to your
Is it like,
settings.
is it super zoomed in?
It's not super zoomed in. Like it zooms in and out as you move.
Oh gosh. I
It's
don't I
okay.
don't know how to make the change.
It's okay. I mean, it doesn't look bad, and a lot of people are using that these days. I don't know what it is, or else I would help you. But
I don't
I'm
know
not
either.
techie.
I'm not either.
Yeah, so
I don't
no worries.
I don't know. I don't know.
Roll with it. We're gonna roll with it.
We'll go with it. Let's roll.
Okay. Refresh, and
Okay.
okay. All right. Okay, so for my next question, social media, agent referrals, and industry relationships are major sources of your business. Which of those surprised you the most in terms of impact? Because I know we just touched on social media, but has that been the biggest impact on your business, or has it been the referrals and or the relationships?
Well, a few things. So, I mean, social media is always the one that shocks me the most for some reason. Like,
Yeah.
again, like I don't have a huge following. I've consistently been working on my social media, but every time I get a lead from it, I don't know. It's just a weird feeling, like that confirmation of, okay, I'm doing it right.
Right.
But it still always shocks me. So there's that. I feel like my business is kind of pretty evenly divided, honestly. I think, I don't know when I started doing referrals with agents within Wolfpack, but that has grown quite a bit. And I think even from when we met and you told me about how important that was for your business, I took that. I thought that was amazing. That was a golden nugget. But we have an amazing network nationally and internationally, but that has been honestly life changing as far as my business goes. And because of the area that I'm in Dallas, relocation is huge. And
Right.
so that has really taken my business to another level. The other part of just within the industry, I do a lot of new construction here. And so I have really tapped into, and actually got this tip from Suman, but tapping into the builder network, the sales reps that work for the builders, that has been an amazing opportunity for my business. Just connecting with them, and they don't all give you referrals, but just with some of my relationships, it's really worked. It's worked very well. It's helped me get amazing deals because I can connect. Well, let me call my Highland home builder and talk to them.
Yep.
So I feel like it's very even. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. And so I
A
try to
balance.
kind of focus on put as much time into all of those. I think going to eXp for the first time to Miami was amazing. That was my first experience. And from that, I got a couple referrals. And I was like, this is amazing. Like, I need to talk to 500 agents there because that alone, just really tapping into the power of our network,
Yeah.
is phenomenal. And I feel like you have done that amazingly. And you're such a good example of what you can do there with just the referral network itself.
Yeah. It's crazy because a big part of my business is agent referrals within
Yeah.
agents. But every time I go to one of the conventions, I come back with at least one referral. And
Yeah.
that's what I try to tell my newer agents, like, you need to go. I know it seems expensive, maybe especially being a new agent, but
Sure.
if you get a referral out of it, it pays for your whole
It's
trip.
paid for. Yeah,
Done.
it's and I heard, on our calls and Suman and Mike, telling us that, but now having gone there and witnessed it, I was like, why was I not going to this before? Like, it's crazy
Yeah,
to me. But yeah, I mean, it just shows the power of really tapping into that area of business. I mean, you can
absolutely.
just triple your business if you really focus in on that. And I'm still trying to tap into that even more because there's so much there you can do. And I
Yeah.
feel like you have lots of golden nuggets for how you've done that. And I
Oh
feel like
yeah.
I'm just kind of
We can definitely chat about that
getting
for
the
sure.
surface of that. So
Yeah.
I'm always amazed at hearing new things on how agents are doing that. But I feel like you really do a great job of that.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try. I mean, it's no different than like a client. You just stay in touch with agents
Yeah.
and stay front of mind. And a lot of times, like even out in Arizona, I mean, I don't do the whole state. I'm in two markets, but some people will call me and, hey, I have somebody. I'm like the Arizona go-to, almost. And if I can't help, I can at least point them in the direction of somebody who
Right.
can. And so it's like I tell them, just like I tell my clients, like I'm a one-stop shop. So I will help in whatever way that I can. But
Yeah.
it's definitely important to like keep those networks going because then you have partners. And that's what's nice for the client too, is like if you are referring, like because we've worked with a client together and
Right.
it's like we can both kind of be a part of the process to
Yes.
support them and make them feel comfortable. And if, the client has a question about what the agent's doing, they can come back to the referring agent and say,
Yeah.
is this how it goes? And it's just very it's more of like I said, like a partnership to help the client,
It
which is
is.
what I think
Yeah.
it really helps them as well. So
Well, and I think like you're saying, it brings that confidence to the client. It
yeah.
brings another element to the business and what we offer, the whole
Mhm.
experience. So there's so many.
It's like a white glove service.
It really is. Honestly,
Yeah.
that's the great that I use that. I love that word, honestly, because that's what it is. I mean, whatever the client is needing will, especially with referring agents, like having that tag team, I think makes such a difference. So I
Oh
couldn't
yeah.
agree more.
Yes, 100%. And so when you joined the Wolfpack, through your relationship with Suman, because we just
Mhm.
love Suman, and then plugged into all of the training, what specifically helped you go from being hesitant to fully confident in your business?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think one, it was not just like taking in all the training, but actually utilizing it, doing it.
Doing it and doing the
Doing
rest.
it. And that is, I feel like Suman and Mike and Connor all preach this, but taking action is such a massive part of it. And it's very easy to dive into the training and feel like you're doing something, but not taking the actual
Yeah.
action of it. So
Right.
you're like, oh, I'm busy. I'm taking in all this knowledge, but then not actually like taking that next step. So I
Right.
think once I got past that, and the other part that is still an issue for me, but I've gotten past it slowly every day, is perfectionism. And Suman has always preaches this, and I think it's so critical because we all do this. I think any business, but I think
Right.
real estate agents do it a lot, where you want it to be perfect. You're like, I can't start doing videos until I know how to talk on camera. Let me, do this video 5 times. Oh, it's not good enough. I'll reshoot it, all those things. And so it's getting past the perfectionism and just taking that action. And I think like Suman is a perfect example of that. If you look at his YouTube from when
Right.
he first started to his videos now, I mean, he's just naturally evolved, in how he talks on camera, how his videos laid out, everything.
Yeah.
And that's such a perfect example. So I think it was taking the action, getting past the perfectionism and just doing it, and then slowly seeing results. That altogether just proved it to me. I was
Yeah,
like,
I agree. And your videos are so good. I love them. I'm
oh,
like,
well, and again, it's always a work in progress and you're always trying to get better. But, even like I look at my videos from 2 years ago, like I'm like, okay, I have gotten a little bit better. And
yeah.
these are things I can, improve on. But again, it's just, I wish 2 years ago I would have taken even more, taken even more action because
Yeah.
it's just, you just see you're constantly learning by doing it.
And all the
And
potential, like, oh,
yeah,
but you don't know until you do it. And like,
yeah.
that's, I'm kind of the same way. Like, I really started to dive into like short form this last year.
Yeah.
And it was like, I get people who, oh my gosh, your videos pop up all the time. I just love your videos. And I'm like, I feel so amateur. But
Yes.
it works and like people like it. I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna keep doing
Yeah.
it.
No, I think that's, you're just you're taking massive action. And I think that's what I always like, tell our newbies coming on the team, like, just take the action.
Do
Don't
it.
think too much about it. Just do it and go with it. And you'll learn as you go. And you'll be amazed at what happens if you just keep
Yeah.
doing it,
I definitely wish I didn't wait as long as I did.
Oh, I know.
My business would have like been
Oh,
crazy by now,
yeah.
but yeah, so I love that you said that because I do think it's really important.
And one other thing I'll say is sometimes, especially because we have so much training in, what Mike has created alone, that it can be, especially when you're first getting started, it can be a little overwhelming and you can almost feel like, okay, I'm going to go 5, 10 different directions.
Right.
And I feel like sometimes kind of focusing in on one or two, like I'm going to do, 5 reels a week and I'm going to do one YouTube video a week, or just setting like smaller goals and diving into a few
Yeah.
things. And then, do that for, 3 months, 6 months, whatever, to just see that you can do it and you can take action and you can be consistent. And
Yeah.
That is the biggest part of our business is
Absolutely. That's
consistency.
actually I have some new agents and we're kind of in that right now, like where
Yeah.
I'm helping them figure out their paths on how they want to grow their business, whether that's
Yeah.
going to be traditional or new ways or a hybrid. And but the big thing, so I always tell them pick two paths you want to do.
Yes.
So like usually that's going to be an old school method and a new school method. And so
Yep.
like open houses
Right.
and Instagram, whatever. But
Yes.
small bites. You like get
Little.
good at one and then start on the other. And then what we've been doing too is having a running list of the things that they do want to learn. But we're not
Love
going to get
that.
to it right now. We're going to master this one first. And then once that one's taken care of, then we're going to move to the next one. And in a priority way, right? Like I have
Yeah.
one gal who she can't keep herself off Canva.
Love Canva.
That'll come later. I'll help you make your cards for right now,
Right.
but like we'll learn Canva later. And the big thing was is like you can have a business card, but if you don't have any business, who are you giving that card to? You
Yes.
want to be in the opposite situation. Oh shoot, I have business, but I don't have a card, right? So I think
That's
it's
so important.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love that. And again, like you can get, and again, that's pretty much what you're saying. Like you can get really like sucked into
We've all been there. We do it.
the
I
business
do it.
part
I'm
and the
like,
procedures and all
yeah,
those things, which yes, you
down.
want to get those things all set up. But again, like if you're so focused on that and you don't have any business ever, then what's the point?
Point exactly. I'd rather be in the opposite situation where
Yes.
I have the business and now I need to give them something and now I'm scrambling
Right.
with that. So
Exactly. Yes. I love that. That's so true.
okay, I'm going to shift gears just a little bit.
Okay.
You've helped more than 45 families relocate. What do relocation clients need most that agents often overlook?
Oh, there's a lot to that question.
The biggest thing. What's your biggest help that a lot of
I think
agents have to?
it's so most of relocation for me for Dallas is a lot of families are coming from West Coast, East Coast, which is a totally different environment in every sense of the word, coming from West Coast, East Coast to Dallas. And so it's defining like what their lifestyle needs are and their location in general, meaning do they need to go? Are they working in downtown Dallas? Are they working remote? Are they homeschoolers? Are they needing, what do they want in the school district? Are they playing sports? What activities do they do as a family? Are they not a family? Is it a single? And so it's really first defining their needs and I call it lifestyle needs because there's so many different, I mean, Dallas is huge. The DFW, the Metroplex, it's huge, and different areas offer different things for lifestyle. And so I always say it's defining your lifestyle needs, and then we build from there on, do you want a new construction? Do you want to resell? What type of master plan community?
Right.
But if we don't know your general like lifestyle needs, then we can kind of be all over the place. And I feel like because I relocated with my family coming from the West Coast to Dallas, and that was such a journey that I really can connect with relocation clients really well on so many different levels and understanding things that I did wrong and I wish I would have done and giving advice and, just navigating them to the gem, to the final destination. So
I
I
love
don't know
that.
if that answers the question.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's really important. And because a lot of people don't realize what all goes into moving. I didn't move far from Tucson, but I did move to
Yeah,
Phoenix, and it was a struggle. It was like
it
I didn't know
is.
anybody. I didn't know, and like that's as a realtor, that's as a mom, and that's as just somebody moving, like
Right.
a new environment, like you're saying, and it's hard. It's very hard.
Well, and I feel like with relocation, because it's such a big chapter, I take it very personally of like this
Yeah.
is such a big deal. Like when you're moving from another state and moving your whole family with, 2 or 3 kids, I mean that's life changing. And so just figuring out all the details of what your new life, what you want that to look like, I think is very critical to the puzzle of
I agree.
getting them to where they need to be. So yeah. But I love it. Like I feel like it's a cool it's also really exciting when you get to work with relocation families, like the first time they come and you get to visit different areas and you see them getting excited and I mean
Well, it's like going back to being that one-stop shop. Like
yeah.
as I tell people who move here, I tell them, don't just call me for house stuff. Like if you need
Right.
suggestions on where to eat, what to do, hobbies, hiking,
Yes.
whatever, call me because I can recommend several places,
Yeah.
and so it keeps that relationship with them throughout their time there, whether it's permanent or temporary. And I think that's really important too. So,
Oh, absolutely. And I've been shocked and I feel like you feel so honored when you get a referral from a client. You're
oh,
just,
yeah.
it's the most amazing feeling. And so it's been really cool to help, get a referral from a client that you helped relocate and now you're helping a new family. I mean, it's just the best feeling and it makes you feel very like, okay, they enjoyed their experience and
Right.
you can do that for someone else. So yeah,
I love it.
very
I
cool.
love it. And so that kind of goes into my next question because you're big on intentional living and building a life that actually fits your family. So how do you protect that balance while still growing your business?
Oh gosh. I
That's
feel
a
like
hard
I'm
one.
definitely learning on this. I think, and I'm still learning, but I think having good process to everything, procedures, organization, honestly,
100%.
is critical to mom life because it's like I have 3 kids. They're all well, my littlest isn't in sports yet, but like between the two, dance and cheer and hockey and
All the
like
things.
you're getting pulled in every direction. So I will be honest, when I first once I was here and starting to grow a business, I didn't use the calendar. I was like, oh, I got this, like I'll get it figured out. I mean, I used it very,
Mhm.
very lightly. And now there's no way I could operate without a calendar. I mean,
I'm the same way.
it's
If it's not in my calendar, it doesn't exist.
no, it's like it's absolutely necessary. And so and again, I'm still working at this, but just it's scheduling. It's if you're gonna do if this is a content creation day, you have those 2 hours set aside to go
To be
shoot
intentional,
that video. Intentional really is the word, honestly. If you're not intentional, I've just noticed this more and more. Like if I am not intentional, if it's not planned on the calendar, it's like 50-50 if it'll get done. Likely it's not even 50. Like there's a big chance it won't get done. So
Right.
it's organization and just being intentional. I mean, that alone, I know there's so many different apps and so many great things that can also help with organization. And I feel like you've got some great ones. What's the one I don't use that I learned from one of your videos?
Trello.
Yes, I just started like playing around with it. I love it.
It's so great. It's so great. I can show you some things that
Oh my
that
God,
I
you're gonna
built
have
in
to show
there.
me because once I
Yeah.
dove in, I was like, dude, this is phenomenal.
Yeah, I started using Trello this last year. I actually paid, so systems, being intentional. I paid for a coach this last year to help me build systems.
Love that.
And that was the brain of it, was Trello. So she very much taught me how to use Trello, helped me build systems for not just for my business, but to help my agents with their business as well. But it's like
Amazing.
it's done amazing for keeping things organized and timelines and all that kind of stuff. And so when you implement that with the schedule and intention, I mean, it's a force. Like
Amazing. Yeah.
it's really good. I can definitely
Yeah, you're gonna have to show me.
for sure. Yeah.
But it's just, and I think just going back to if you if you just at least do scheduling alone, that can transform your business because you have to treat it. I think and I've been guilty of this, but I think it's very easy in real estate because you don't have a boss, you don't have someone that's telling you what to do. It's easy to put things aside or to just be scatterbrained. And if you want the success of a business, you have to operate it like a business, which
100%. Yeah, I'm guilty of that. Like that's why this last year, I'm like, my big thing right now is organization. And this year I'm even trying to get more intentional with
me
organization.
too.
But I mean, so I don't work a full like 40-hour week, right? Like
Right.
with having kids and sports and
Yes.
school. So I have like the time that I have to myself, I get things very specific done. And
Right.
then I go and I use practice time to work. Like I'm in my
Yeah.
car just
Oh,
working away, you know? But
yes.
I think it's like it's important to be able to know, going back to kind of like the earlier part of the conversation, like we can alter our lives around our families,
Right.
but there has to be a system for it.
There has to be a system. Like there's just, and again, it's very, you can make it work as a mom. And I mean, I'm saying I've got 3 kids and my life is crazy. Like sometimes friends are like, I don't know how you're doing all this,
Yeah, yep.
but but it, again, just being intentional and scheduling that gets it done. And
Yeah.
that, and then and it also, I think it removes, as a mom, it removes some of the stress just
Oh,
in
yeah.
in the way that, you wake up in the morning, you know what you have to get done for today and it's scheduled.
Yep.
And if I didn't have that, I feel like I would just
Yeah, all over the place. Oh,
all
yeah,
over the
for sure.
place.
All over the place with less business and
Yes.
less sanity.
Yes. Intention and scheduling, whatever.
Yeah.
Most important.
100%. Okay, so I have one more question, our bonus
Okay.
question. For agents that are starting over in a new city or feeling behind, what would you tell them about building confidence and momentum faster?
Oh, because I've been there. I felt that 150% of being, and I had worked in real estate, but it was so overwhelming and scary. I think one is getting out there and talking to people,
Yeah,
meaning, every market is different, but like I started going to model homes and different communities and talking to agents in the industry and within our network. So you can't just sit back in your corner and not do
wait
anything
for it to come.
and
Yeah,
just wait. Like you have to get out there, and the more and learn. Another thing is learning, if you're in a new area, or even if you're just getting into real estate and you feel like you don't know your area as well as you could, just like going to different areas, learning what's going on, what's around you, what are the restaurants, what are the things that people would like about this area, and building that confidence, one, about what are you selling? Like
yeah,
learn the city, learn the area, learn the builders, and study the market. Those are all things that you can build on your confidence. So when you have the opportunity to talk to someone, you have a random conversation at Starbucks, and
right.
someone, you say you're in real estate, you can hit, 1, 2, 3, 4 points, and you can, even if you're newer, you can still be knowledgeable about the market and the area. So I think there's that. And then I think, again, just consistency
Yeah,
and taking massive action. That is my
a
biggest
big thing.
takeaway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yes, you have
And
to.
it is hard to do early on sometimes, because you're taking action, you're not always getting results the next day. Sometimes it
Right.
takes a week, a couple months. It can take a while, but
It feels
it's
it.
just taking that action and following through the steps every
And
day.
I think knowing if you're doing things every day consistently,
Yes.
it will turn into business. It will.
It
Like the
will.
data is there. This isn't like
Yes.
throw it at the wall and see if it sticks.
Yeah.
Like if you're consistent with it
Yeah.
and you don't stop, it's hard. I mean, I've been in the business you've been
Yeah.
in real estate longer than I have. And like it is hard. It's a hard business, but that's why the pay
It
is so
is.
great.
Yeah.
Like
It's great.
you work for
It's
that money, but that money is worth every single penny. And
yes.
it's very rewarding, I feel like. So,
It's so rewarding. Like it's the crazy, most challenging business that you have to work so hard at. And I think a lot of people don't realize it. They just think like, oh,
so easy. I was one of those. I'm like,
yeah, no, yes,
yeah.
absolutely. I think we've all had that moment of thought, but I think, yeah, I mean, it's so rewarding, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love all of it.
Well, I'm grateful for you and I'm grateful that you were here today.
Yes.
I love your story so much. It's such a great example of what is possible when you combine courage, strategy, and the right community. So thank you for being so open with all of that. And for anyone watching, let us know your biggest takeaway in the comments. Like this video and subscribe so you don't miss future interviews. And if you're ready to build a business that works no matter where it takes you in life, click the link in the description below. I will also link Natalie's information so that you can follow along with her. And if you're ready to partner and build a business, hit us up. We'd love to have a talk. So thanks again, Natalie, for being here, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you. Have an amazing day.
Too.